Aloha, friends and neighbors. Raleigh Frost here, Kona astrologer. Hey, do you know your rising sign? You don't? Do you know what time of day you were born? Even roughly. Well, if you do, you need to find out what your rising sign is. That's the true you. It's not your sun sign. Sun sign astrology is a bunch of crap. It's done by ladies making money. Ruined astrology in the U.S. Anyway, you need to know your rising sign. Check this out. That's my email address, rollinfrost@yahoo.com. Email me. Give me your date of birth and what time of day you were born, roughly even, and I will get back to you by email and give you your rising sign. And then you can look that up in the newspaper columns and it will amaze you. Also, skymirrorastrology.com/TV is my website. You can get the TV shows there. Oahu just went blank on me over a bunch of ridiculous things they're doing. Won't accept DVDs anymore. Hey, you got to walk it in and hand it across the counter. Geez, now no more DVDs. Alelo management is a little bonkers. They're not serving the public like they were supposed to. So I've been trying to warn them all. Watch the show on skymirrorastrology.com/TV. I mean, you can get the show on YouTube. Yeah, just Google Astrology with Rollin Frost, and YouTube has the shows too. So you don't have to depend on public access. You can view the show when you want to. skymirrorastrology.com/TV. Or, go ahead and use YouTube Astrology with Rollin Frost. But moreover, for you, email me, rollinfrost@yahoo.com. Give me your birth date, city you were born in, roughly what time of day you were born, and I will email you back your rising sign. And you will finally know what that body you're riding on in, what the chart of that body is. That's what the chart is. It's your body. It's not the you. You are the unchangeable spirit. Yes, the unchangeable spirit. You're exactly the same inside at age 60 as you were at age 6. You can go back and remember being young. Memory is 100%. You just have to keep trying. Every time you try to go back and remember the past, it gets better and you get more of the time track. So anyway, just examine yourself when you were a little kid and who you are now inside. It's exactly the same person. Hasn't changed a bit. That's spirit. That goes on. You can't get a chart on spirit. Nope. But, that spirit is riding in that body you incarnated in. And we can get a chart of the body. And, boy, will that help you. You can make this lifetime a lot easier when you know even a little bit of astrology. Okay, here's an added benefit of knowing your rising sign, even if it's not exact. This is a handout I send whenever I do personal chart work on DVD for you with an accurate birth time. I just spent 3 days figuring out a lady's birth time for her. Upshot is, these are the houses of the horoscope. And once you know your rising sign, what's over here, you can figure out where Jupiter and Saturn are moving, for instance. Yes, very important. Just to know what section of your life Jupiter's in, because Jupiter is expanding stuff. It's in Scorpio, by the way. There it is, up here. If you were in Aries rising, it would be in your 8th house. Jupiter, fixing things up with finance. In the same way, you want to know where Saturn is. that kind of delays things and brings things down. And where the cycle of Saturn is goes around every 28 years. Jupiter goes around every 12 years. You want to know where these two guys are in your chart, even just roughly. You don't got to do fine work like I do for personal chart work. Just rough stuff so you know where to look for expansions and how to be patient with Saturn's contractions. Saturn? Yep. Saturn, which brings you down a bit, is in Capricorn. So if you know your rising sign, you can start figuring out where these planets are and how they're affecting the body that you're inhabiting temporarily in this lifetime. Two ways to find the planets, by the way. You can get an ephemeris like this, the Michelson ephemeris, 50 years. You can get it for about $20. And it tells you right where all the planets are every day. See, here's old Saturn going through Capricorn. It's going backwards. When Saturn stops, things get kind of depressive. And here you look at Saturn, see, and in April, it's moving down slowly. And here's a little R. That's Saturn going retrograde. So, a $20 book, and you can find out where these planets are. Once you know your rising sign, you're kind of home free. Here's the other thing you can do, is get the free app. I'm sorry that for Apple's our app isn't working, but this does. And it's called Aquarius to Go. And come on. Aquarius to Go is free. Here it is. Just go to the App Store. Any Android, any phone, anything you got will load Aquarius to Go. And, you know, once you got your longitude, latitude, and location in, which is easy, tap one, there you go. Here's your chart right now. You can find out where all the planets are. See, here's Saturn. He's in Capricorn. So two ways to determine. You don't need me. You don't even need the show I do every week. Once you know your rising sign, you can do this yourself. All right, let's get down to business. We're going to do program 1113 in the Sky Mirror and find out what's coming up for you for the next 10 days. You're still working on the prior new moon, which is at 27 degrees again, Pisces, and the full moon at 11 Virgo again. You're getting towards the end of a string of these lunations, all at 27 new moons and 10, 11 at full moons. The full moons hit Neptune. The new moons hit Uranus, which is why life is so strange for you right now. So, let's see, notes. Oh, you're going to have a new moon, or new full moon, Friday night, Saturday morning. We're going to have that full moon. And that's on April 1st, April Fool's Day, early in the morning. We have a full moon at 10 Libra. It's right here. It squares Saturn and Mars. What's that? Oh, angry politicians, heat, melting ice. There's all kinds of things that can happen here. Lots and lots of stuff. This is not a comfortable full moon. And the month that follows this full moon will be just chock full of these Saturn characters getting overly angry and aggressive. And that's not good. Most of these characters in the dark suits and the ties and stuff are politicians and CEOs. And when they're over-energized, too much testosterone, look out. They'll fight. They'll do things. Some are getting desperate. So on the world level, we're going to see weather implications here and ice and snow melting due to the heat. On the personal level, you'll see figures of authority blow up in anger and aggression and road rage. And in your chart, well, I don't know. It depends on your rising sign. If you're an Aries rising, Well, this full moon is in your 7th in Libra, and you're going to see some people close to you get stuck and then get angry. Well, find your rising sign. Once you get clued, this will all click in for you. Let's take a look at the sky mirror. I've got a chart here for you. It's a generic chart now. It's not your chart. Here's Saturn and Mars. You see that Mars is the red. It's going to go by Saturn, which is the strong marker here. Saturn's at 9 degrees Capricorn. Mars is going from 7 to 13. So this whole week, Mars will be within range of Saturn. Yeah, an unusual. These are the two bad guys in the zodiac, by the way. The malefics, the ancients called them. Mars is across of matter over the circle of spirit. Saturn is across of matter over the crescent of flesh. And these guys, they'll go for the money first every time. All of Trump's politicians, all the people appointed are bilking the treasury for their own good. Well, that's what you expect from Saturn. Well, enough preaching here, Raleigh. Let's get down to the daily stuff. We're going to run the moon around the edge here. The moon goes around once a month. And as it moves through each sign, it makes angles to these planetary actors on the stage. That's who these planets are. Actors inside you, actors outside you. They're actors. They're the people. So, if you're on the Thursday night show, the moon's still in Virgo here. And, you're probably doing fine. Trines Saturn and Mars, and it's not bad. On Friday morning, the morning is still cool with the moon still in Virgo until you get to breakfast. After breakfast, the moon shifts into Libra, and once it does, the SHIT hits the fan, so to speak, because here's a full moon. It's Friday night, Saturday morning. This is not a time to go play. If you're looking forward to your weekend, to kick back and, drink a beer and smoke a bowl, well, do it at home. Stay home. Because this Friday night is fraught with difficulties of Saturn and Mars. People getting late, people getting angry. It's not a good time. It goes through Sunday morning or Saturday morning, where the actual full moon is about 4 a.m. or so. So this has kind of ruined your Friday night and most of your Saturday. As the moon goes through Libra, Saturday on April 1st, April Fool's Day. Hey, I'm not fooling with this. This stuff is dangerous. Just little stuff. Just mind what's happening in your house and in your yard, and you will see these little things going on. They are the omens to stay off the road. Once you're on the road, that's where the stuff happens. Really dangerous when you drive a car in great America. And one of the dangers is the cops are out. Here they are. Here's the moon. Yeah, it's squaring Pluto Saturday night. It's about 9-10 o'clock. Eek, a bug. Eek, is that a policeman? Is that a police car in my rearview mirror? Whatever it is, it's a little panicky. I get a lot more about the panicky stuff to talk about. Let's get on with this job. Sunday, still feeling the panic, feeling a little bit alone right up till lunchtime, because the moon opposes Uranus. Electrical problems. The cat just tipped over my lamp and broke the bowl. I broke the bulb. All the light bulbs in my house are slowly going out. That's Uranus. Hopefully this is not your cell phone going out and saying, this is not a drill. Venus is here. And Venus, peace, quiet, love, sex, it's got interrupted as Venus went by Uranus, see? Most of that's already happened, but by the time you're seeing this, Venus is a little bit past Uranus. It's still, you got a 5-6 degree orb, at least you got to stretch it out. So, interruptions, weird pleasures, love, Seems like it went intellectual. Sunday in the middle of the day, eek. Moon goes into Scorpio after lunch. Feels a lot better, doesn't it? And sure enough, look at all the blue planets are for sextiles and trimes, easy things, stuff happening like, greased wheels. The reds, these are squares and oppositions and tensions. Tension of things not working so well. So once you get into Sunday afternoon, you're in the blue zone, and a lot of planets in Pisces in the water, remember? How nice that was. Well, here Monday morning is a nice sextile to Saturn. I'm on time. Everything's working smoothly. Mars and Saturn are both happy. The heroes, the managers. Here's the soldiers and the generals. Oh, yeah, we got it together. And here, just about after lunch, is a trine to Neptune. We believe in it all. We feel faith. There is a religion, It's not quite like the last 2,000 years have told you, but there is a real father in the sky and a real mother in the sky. And there, you can tap them. There is a spirit world. It does work. After all, that's what you are, You're a spirit, the unchanging spirit in that body you've incarnated in. So, if you're a spirit like that, you can believe there are others, and there are big ones. The sun and moon in the sky are the biggest, father and mother. Okay, enough preaching, Raleigh. Let's get on with it. Moon's in Scorpio, trining Neptune. Have some faith. God is there. So is Mother and Mother God. Upshot is, it's a nice Monday. You got it together. Faith, magic comes through in the middle of Monday. Feels good. Right through Tuesday morning. On Tuesday, here's a nice sextile to Pluto. Oh, aren't we lucky to have guns and police around, huh? And nukes to protect our country. Look out. Somebody's fooling you here. You'll find out about it after you say, oh yeah, Pluto's great. We got the power and the control Tuesday morning. Wait a minute. Here's the moon going by Jupiter. And a lawyer says, wait a minute. We have more murders from police and around police and in our schools and everything than any nation on earth. What, all these guns making us safer? Now, wisdom comes out there not. They're making it more dangerous here. So, truth comes out. This is just before lunch. It's after the police thing. Oh, yeah, we should have more nukes, more guns. Truth will come out and knock that down, hopefully, on Tuesday. After dinner, on Tuesday the 4th, the moon shifts into Sagittarius. It's a mutable fire sign, a mixed bag. Here, Wednesday afternoon, just after lunch, there's a nice sextile or nice trine to Mercury. You can get moving, and here the sun. We get a nice trine to the sun. You got projects going and stuff. This is late Wednesday night, talking about midnight or so. If you're still up, you can get some ambition. But look out. Here's the square to Neptune. There's delusion, confusion going on. I wouldn't make my plan then, because you might be operating under false premises. Yes, PTSD is a virus. Carbon monoxide on the Big Island kills more people than anything. It gets in your car, puts you to sleep, bang, go off the road. Terrible. There's so many secrets, and we're trying to keep our wits about us. And here, those people we placed in power, these Saturn characters, they do as little as possible. Alelo doesn't really want innovative shows from individuals. No, they're after the corporate easy life. So I'm not happy with them. Watch the show on the internet. And you can do that here Friday morning, about 3, 4, well, this could be even 6 a.m. There is a nice trine to Uranus. Uranus isn't going to let us down. No. Public access station in Honolulu is letting us down big time. Managers spending money, buying property, hiring employees. More employees, more properties they have, the less service they are giving you. So, I'm not... So Spectrum is beating up on Alelo. Okay, my book, that's fine. I don't think they'll learn. But we got the internet. The show's there. I'm coaching you about astrology. Check it out. Friday morning. As you go through Friday the 7th of April, here's a nice trine to Venus. There's some sexiness here. There's some lovingness here. Yes, grab it Friday night. Because Saturday morning the moon's going by Saturn, and it kind of brings you down. I feel too old. I can't handle sex. I'm too old. Come on. Mars is there. And Saturday morning after breakfast, you'll feel the heat. There's energy there. So, I don't know, this could be judgmental road rage. People ticked off at our politicians who don't do their jobs. And etc. Or, you might get organized and start some work. I'm not sure. One thing I do know is that here's a sextile to Neptune. You regain your faith. Saturday afternoon and evening. Play some music. Read Jesus. When the Bible says heavens, just put sky in there and you'll understand it better. That's the original Aramaic. Here, 1 or 2 in the morning, it's actually Sunday morning, the 9th, the moon goes by Pluto, there's discovery. Yeah, discovery, oh boy. I love ancient aliens. I don't believe in alien stuff too much, but they give us all the ancient cultures. They have discovered the comet impact. They discover all sorts of things. Check out Ancient Aliens on your internet. I watch them on Fridays. They come up every Friday, all day Friday on the History Channel. Discovery. And here at breakfast time, after you hit Discovery, when you wake up real early with Pluto, here's Jupiter. Aha, now I see it clearly at breakfast time. Pretty good Sunday morning, really. It doesn't go sour on you, moon in Capricorn, till you get to after lunch. And then here the moon squares Uranus, and I still haven't got my light bulbs yet. Uh-oh. Is that cell phone ringing? Is that an emergency? Hope not. This is not a drill. A nuke will hit within 10 minutes. Seek shelter. Lie down flat. Come on. Okay, if you watch Ancient Aliens, they're all talking about Mercury. Oh, there's Mercury underneath these big pyramids. Well, how come? Well, cinnabar is easily mined around volcanoes, and when you heat it up, it breaks down to this wonderful red color, and the byproduct is mercury. All those big pyramids were painted this red. The byproduct mercury turned out to be, really just a good preservative. It's not that toxic. But that's where the red color and the mercury comes from, if you watch Ancient Aliens. I got to put this on a blog. This is one of my best, most important researches. I remember back a few weeks ago, here's Nixon, here's Woodstock. This is Uranus times lunations. Using lunations with the big planets is my discovery. And that led us into, we're trying to find Neptune. No, it didn't do the same thing. When I looked at Neptune, I got crazy curves like this. Couldn't make head nor tail of them. But when I got to Pluto, wow, Pluto came in strong when you check the lunations. And here are spikes of Pluto. Eek, a bug, panickiness. The closer it gets to this axis, the more panicky it is. And here we are with total panicky stuff going on. And I have told you the July 12th new moon opposes Pluto and will set off a bunch of panics. Here's a little more on that. 4 locations where the panic is supposed to get real strong. Here's one, runs up through the Holy Lands, down through this spot here, which is full of bandits and pirates and stuff. Yeah, that's one. Here's another one, July 12th, new moon. Disasters running down. This could be volcanoes down here, right up through Japan and Tokyo. Eek, a bug. This is not a drill. Here's another one. This one runs up through Rio de Janeiro. Yes. Whoa, public threats. Keep folks at home. Is this bombs? Is this a volcano? Sirens out in public? That's what this one is. When you look at each one of these things, they have a certain character depending on which angle Pluto is. You know, this is, yeah, here's a biggie. Here's a lunation of July 12th. And in the U.S., it shows up over here. Now, on this, the angle Pluto is rising, new moon on the 7th. We all become policemen with guns. And we feel like we, you know, what's this about guns? Police overreact. More shooters in Las Vegas. This thing runs right through Vegas and through the borders down here. So you're feeling like Pluto, eek a bug, and you're going to disturb mom and dad in your way. This could even be a hit on Hoover Dam. So there's some locations when you look at the Pluto curve and what it's doing in the world after July 12th. So on the world scale, you know you're in a period of isolationism, you know, and it's really hard to not to say, screw everybody, I got mine. I know this is difficult, seeing isolationism go down so strong, brotherhood go off, and then the panickiness coming in. Correlating these curves with history isn't easy. I've done a lot of work here. These are all historical events, you know. Here's the Neptune thing, couldn't make sense out of that. I've got years of research into this, and it's good to know what's going on. You can handle it better in your own lifetime. Finally, here's the U.S. chart. Most astrologers don't acknowledge it. Rosicrucians did a good job. Got Pluto here. Yeah, eek, a bug. Opposing the ruler of the chart, Mercury. At 27 degrees, Pluto is. Hence all our problems with guns. We've had a series of new moons, all at 27 degrees. That's why we're having all this lunacy about guns, police, nukes. Every month it changes. More lunacy. Eek! More lunacy. Eek, a bug.